Willkommen zurück. Ja. Wir haben einen neuen Begleiter. Oh, 3 Vorteilspunkte. Lügen. Generiert Wohn Grundleben. Fernkampfschaden. Rüstungswert. Reichweite der Schrittgeräusche. Okay. Chance bei Fähigkeitsnutzung der Blinkzeit. Alles klar. Gut, haben wir das. So, wir wollten Devil's Peak. Hier ist aber schon fertig. Die war ja auf das Verbleibhauptquartier der Groundbreaker. Okay. Müssen wir jetzt dahin. Gucken wir mal ganz kurz auf die Karte. Region. Stimmt. Also, ist Monarch. Ist das hier drauf? Ja. Und Helikon. Auch woanders. Okay. Wenn wir schon mal hier sind, machen wir den Hauptauftrag. Gut. Wie sieht mein Inventar aus? Relativ leer. Sieht er dann Rüstung dabei? 22. Tada. Helm. Eieiei. Gut, hier ist ein Verkaufomat. Und verkaufen wir mal Waffen. Gehen wir noch auf. Hier, kann weg. Sport haben wir nicht mehr. Gut. Na denn. Auf geht's. Kann ich da nicht irgendwie in der Nähe schnell reisen? Ja, hier. Latschen wir da schnell hoch. Gucken wir uns das einfach mal an. Lade.
Let's talk.
Was denn für Sorgen?
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the
Warum bist
wilderness
du auf
anyhow,
Englisch?
we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help.
Danke für das Kompliment.
I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous. Really?
Okay.
Here I was steeling myself for inevitable rejection. I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces.
Fällt dir früher ein,
I
Fräulein?
haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were.
Brauchst du dafür?
First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to Barry.
Danach?
Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together.
Ja, klingt ja Spaß, dann los.
Thanks, Cap.
Okay. Hallo. Wo ist das? Das andere war, ich glaube, da oben, ne? Ja, also wenn wir erstmal dahin, das ist nämlich auf dem Weg. Gut. Wir müssen Weg dahin. Kommen wir hier rüber? Oh Gott. Hallo. Ja, lass sie sich bekämpfen. Wir müssen hier runter.
Rats. Let's clear this sulfur sun fucks out so Hayes.
Gott. Wie wär's mit einfach sterben? Du bist hin. Du bist auch hin. Du säuerst mich an. Ja, wusch, wusch, wusch. Was haben wir denn hier? Untersuchen. Ganz viele Erfahrungspunkte.
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him.
Bitte Hiram, Hilfe. Okay, einen Moment, erzähl mir von dem.
I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took it. They said they'd be back in a couple of weeks and that maybe we could all use the money to get off Monarch. That was a long time ago.
Okay.
I should have. I really should have. But soon after they left, Hayes and the others died. And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Because it hurt like hell to do so.
Heiko ist der beste Freund des Menschen. Sehr geil. Ja, das hier.
I'm still not convinced I won't come to regret it, but we've started down this path. Might as well see it through. Maybe it'll stop me screaming at night. Now come on, let's make tracks before Hiram dies of old age.
Okay, was haben wir denn jetzt? Müssen wir da hin? Okay, wir müssen nur so in die Richtung. Gut. Kommen wir jetzt am besten dahin. Kommen wir hier irgendwie hoch? Nö, wir müssen hier wieder hoch. Na denn. Lauft, meine Schurken, lauft. Aha.
The caves back east are safest. We can head up this path if you want to shoot your way through a few nightmares on your way up.
Ah, kein Problem. Schieße alles über den Haufen. Los, lauf. Ah, komm. Oh. Ja, komm. Haben wir noch irgendwas? Oh. Ja, wir haben ganz viel gesehen. Kann ich auch. Ja. Aha. Ja. Was haben wir denn hier? Ganz viel gefressenes Zeug. So. Gut. Hier ist doch schon wieder irgendein Zeug unterwegs. Na komm. Jetzt drehen sie komplett durch. Na, erwischen sie beide, ja. Der ist noch Stücke. So einfach kommst du nicht davon. Headshot, Baby. Mal einen Fliegenschwarm mit Kugeln treffen. Jetzt frage ich mich bis heute.
And here we are. Told you we'd make it in one piece. Station ain't too far now. Oh no.
I always wanted to poke through a high gain wireless. They only got one. Here we go. Try something else.
Oh, komm. Das war's. Didim. Tja, da waren wir zu voreilig. Bei dem Spiel.
Oh no. How the hell did Marauders now?
I always wanted to poke through a high
Müssen wir
gain
irgendwie hin.
wireless. They only got one on Terra 2, you know. Up in Byzantium.
To be honest,
Nicht
surprised
irgendwie.
it's still standing. Every time I set foot inside, I half expect the tower to fall over.
Hab ich gar nicht mitbekommen. Na komm. So, weg mit dem Robby.
Everyone all right?
Ja, natürlich. Sehr schön. Sehr schön. Sehr, sehr schön. So, irgendwie runter von diesem Planeten hier. Gut. Wie komme ich da? Was faucht mich doch hier schon wieder an?
Something there.
Ja, hier müssen wir Munition sparen. Ich doch schon wieder. Attack, Attack. Na denn? Weg mit dir. Was? Schieße ich mit der Schrotflinte auf den. Sind alle nur noch ein Häufchen Elend hier. Zack, 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 zack. Gut. Noch mehr Zeug.
Incoming, Captain!
Get past that armor!
Das stimmt nämlich hier nicht. Oh, ich muss mich verbinden. Und ein Levelaufstieg. Yay! Mir Anführer auch schon in Schutt und Asche gelegt. Genau, weg. Jetzt mal gucken wir uns hier außen nochmal um. Vielleicht finden wir irgendwas Wertvolles.
Hiram must have sealed the door. He spooks easy.
Ja, kein Problem. Gehen wir da mal rein, wo wir rein sollen. Fertigkeiten. Okay. Okay. Ecken auf 50. Schön nach oben getrieben. Wissenschaft. Führung. Annehmen. Anwenden. Ich möchte das gerne anwenden. Habt ihr was im Spiel geändert? Ah, und das vorher nicht. Gut. Sehr schön. Oh, dann gehen wir da jetzt mal rein. Was haben wir denn hier Feines? Explodieren. Na komm. Weg mit dir. So, was hast du denn Schönes bei? Zeug. Weil wir alles plündern hier.
Here's the elevator, but ain't gonna budge
Ja, das ist der
it's all
Fahrstuhl.
locked down. Guess we keep moving forward. Look for another way up.
Lass mal gucken wir uns hier einmal um. Öffnen. Plündern. Hey. Komm, alles zack. Ein Knüppel. Ja. Dahin. Ja, was haben wir hier Feines?
You out there, whoever you are, yes, I can see you. Come here and I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by Marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, he hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple-berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody broadcast.
Muss den Informationshändler wegen.
No. We'll deal with information-related business later. As I said, there are bigger problems threatening my life and livelihood at this very moment. The Marauders want me dead. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I need you to clear out the threat. As my newest contractor, you may call me the Broker.
The
Or we
Broker.
can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the broker being a dumbass alternative.
What? Everyone calls me that. Aside from you. You're here, and you're armed, aren't you? The feed's gone grainy, but it looks like you're packing deadly force. I know Nyoka is, for sure. I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the Marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to lock them down again.
Okay.
Aside from the bits I'll be paying you, you said you wanted something from me. Something information related. I'll give it to you, in person, once I'm safe.
Okay, ich werde sehen, was ich tun kann. Sehr schön. Zeug mitnehmen. Einmal ganz kurz umgucken. Ja, hier liegt noch ein bisschen Pasta.
Hey, elevators to your right. Get ready.
Das hier right. Hier war raus. Da. Aber erst einmal Zeug verkaufen. Oh, immer noch später. Ja, nehmen wir uns den Krempel doch mal hier. Hallo. Ich muss jetzt Plünderer umnieten. Ihr seid ja hässlich. Ihr seid ja hässlich. Hallo. Ich sollte auch mal treffen lernen. Na komm. Komm raus.
Everyone all right?
Das war's schon? Schade. So. Nachricht. Information. Du bist leer, du hast nur das. Wo gehen wir denn jetzt hin? Ah, hier sind noch Typis. Was liegt denn da Feines rum? Zack. Gut. Was haben wir hier? Ah, komm. Auftrag aktualisiert. Saufi. Na?
Marauder free at last. I'll get the door. Do hurry on in.
Hier. Ein Flammenwerfer. Bevor ich mit dir spreche, muss ich erstmal alles plündern. Gut. Auch noch was?
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a celebration. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit, I do wonder why Nyoka has brought you to me. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why, in the nebula, are you here?
In der Nebula? Ja, sehen Sie, ich suche nach einem gewissen Informationssender. Dich zu erreichen.
That is the primary goal behind locking myself high in a tower. Some folks don't look kindly on me being a purveyor of delicate information. Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contracts always.
Oh, you do you? I have lost track of the number of beers you owe me for chasing raptidons off your stoop.
Are you fibbing? Be honest.
I take offense to that. Look, okay. It might take me a while this time.
Okay, aber und warum?
I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission containing the information we desire. But MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling each other's outgoing transmissions.
Ja, dann schmeißen wir raus.
Exactly what I was thinking. They hurt us all with their pettiness. Which of course has inadvertently affected the incoming port and my livelihood.
Ich hätte den Saft ausdrehen. Wo ist Stellar Bay? Da war ich doch schon.
No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. Nothing extraplanetary can get in or out until the frequency pollution thins out. The safest bet is to convince Graham and Sanjar to stop transmitting on their end.
Ich werde
You
dich
do
ins
that,
bringen.
I'll be here, waiting on the receiving end. Luck be with you. I have a feeling you'll be needing a pinch of it, plus a vat of patience.
Okay.
Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
Okay. Überzeugen Sie, dass Ihre Freundin uns Hilfe braucht. Du bist der Einzige, der helfen kann.
Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra too.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes round one of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck.
Okay.
Is that a trick question? Because to answer it, you'd need to pay me. Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. Ask me anything you'd like. I'll even offer it for free. We'll call it an exchange for your help with the broadcasts. Ask me what you will.
Okay.
There are so many members. Do specify. If you try to cite me on this, I will deny. Do you understand? What I am about to reveal is the sort of information that gets a body disappeared. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status. That the chairman is politically motivated to keep Monarch from being re-recognized as a legal part of the colony, and his actions as a result are highly illegal. And that is all you will get from me regarding such a deadly piece of data. Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information. They are a curious lot. Insufferable. And short-sighted, too. What else do you wish to know? Sanjar's not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next century. He'll never be reinstated. Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died during the massacre at Amber Heights.
Meinst du damit?
I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Terra 1 once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes in the night.
Okay.
Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him sweat-drenched and screaming. I would assume it stems from the friends and family he lost in Amber Heights all those years ago. You mean between MSI, the iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch. Back when the colony was still Terra 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership. Precisely. But MSI had lagged behind, giving Sanjar and Graham an opportunity. Take over MSI, stay here while the other corps left, take over the planet. Precisely. Without me, they never would have done more than play Revolution in hushed whispers over scuzzy kale ales in the tavern. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's Peak Station. Unfortunately, relations have soured over time. Competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executives they sought to reform. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray.
Alles klar.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information. Not much, admittedly. Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is history. As far as what's between us, I mean. Outside of that, well, that's a raptidon of another color. I do know this much. There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous and for self-gain. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source, but I am also not unconvinced either. Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
So.
What? No. Why would I go out of my way to intercept messages from Earth? There's no market for them. No buyer means it's not worth my time. Now, if you wanted me to intercept a certain one, that might be worth it for the right price.
Alles klar.
How low you seemingly regard my trade.
Alles klar.
Nyoka, pick me up some stimulotion and a bottle of purple berry wine when you're next in Stellar Bay.
Alles klar. So, gibt's hier noch irgendwas Interessantes? Abruf läuft, fortsetzen, Stammverzeichnis. Zack, zack. Zack, zack. Rüstungsteile. Knacken wir das Ding mal.
Nicely done.
Wie gut ist der Helm? Hat sich nur so semi gelohnt. Okay, durchsuche den Außenposten. Das war zurück, alles klar. Dann haben wir das schon fertig hier. Right to Devil's Peak. So, wo müssen wir jetzt hin? Edgewater, okay. Ist das hier noch auf der Karte? Ja, da hinten. Das ist auch woanders, das ist auch woanders, das ist auch woanders. Jetzt werden wir erstmal dahin gehen. Und uns das da angucken. Lass mich durch.
The iconoclasts are loyal
Stimmt.
folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
Everybody here looks wore out. Is it just me?
Gut.
A manticore.
Yeah.
Schönen guten
A
Tag.
stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk, you've found one. If you're looking for a teacher, I am one. Welcome to the Iconoclasts.
Oh mein Gott. Ich habe gehört, du hast keine Pamphlete mehr?
Ah, yes. The first step to accepting the truths of philosophism is to open your heart to its wisdom. I've found the written word to be quite effective in helping people do that. But alas, the eternal truth hasn't been generous with the paper and ink. Now, why have you come? Stop. No. Spreading the truth is the only way to combat the board's poisonous campaign of propaganda against their people. I realize the board has blockaded our efforts, but Devil's Peak is an interplanetary radio tower. Surely somebody is listening. Surely?
Excuse me. I'm from Edgewater on Terra 2. If you'll pardon my saying, nobody I know's ever heard of you.
All the more reason to double down on our efforts.
Graham, we should be focusing on survival anyway. Food, ammo, and medicine. Maybe now's the time to pivot.
Pivot, huh? If radio isn't working, we might try another way. It seems the captain's timing is more than just serendipitous. It must be fate. I've had my sights on an old printing press for some time. The board uses magazines and advertisements to subtly focus the colony's attention. We will use their tricks against them.
Wait, that's not what I meant.
Help me clear out and repair the press, and I will have no need for that rust bucket of a radio tower.
Okay. Gegner am Ferndiel.
Wonderful. I requisitioned replacement rollers for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday.
Ja, echt ein Lieferproblem, ne?
Speaking of which, where is Huxley?
You bought rollers? You haven't even cleared the wraps out yet. What are you doing wasting bits on... Wait, where is Huxley?
It seems we're out a runner. If you intend to help our cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead. One of our sympathizers. A woman named Carlotta periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods now come at a considerable markup. She meets us in the ruins of Bayside Terrace. From our compound, follow the road north.
Okay, kommen wir.
Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you
Unbelievable.
this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and medicine? Graham, if you need me, I'll be in triage.
Okay. So, wo müssen wir jetzt hin? Region da oben hin. Den Außenposten. Das kommt später. Alles klar, dann suchen wir das jetzt erstmal. Gehen wir dahin. Was da passiert, sehen wir in der nächsten Folge. Ciao.